City of West Hollywood celebrates National Poetry Month. WehoTV News is next. Welcome to WehoTV News. I'm Larry Carroll. City of West Hollywood celebrates National Poetry Month with banners featuring living poets gracing Santa Monica Boulevard between Sweetser Avenue and Westbourne Drive. 2 electronic billboards in the city will showcase 22 poets with excerpts of their poems and more.
Inaugurated by the Academy of American Poets in 1996, National Poetry Month is a month-long national celebration of poetry and its vital place in American culture.
And it's important to remember that at one point in time in history, poetry was the form that our most important stories took. And the city's declaration of April being National Poetry Month helps put poetry back in that position of prominence. I'd like to also encourage everyone to come out to a free poetry writing workshop that I'm teaching on Thursday, April 21st at 7 p.m. at the library.
The City of West Hollywood is seeking nominations now for the next 2-year term for the city poet position. Interested applicants can apply at weho.org/arts. For more information about celebrating National Poetry Month at West Hollywood, log on to weho.org or contact the Economic Development and Cultural Affairs Coordinator, Mike Che. Mike can be reached at 323-848-6377. The City of West Hollywood remains in a very strong financial position, this according to Fitch Ratings, which recently reviewed the city's proposed 2016 lease review bonds, the city's existing 2009 and 2013 lease revenue bonds, as well as the city's overall financial operations.
A significant event for us to get that AAA bond rating. It's as high as the United States of America, although they recently just joined AAA bond rating. But to give you comparison, the County of Los Angeles is graded only at AA, and beneath them is the City of Los Angeles at AA negative, and beneath them is the State of California with only an A plus.
The City Council unanimously adopted a resolution authorizing the issuance of lease revenue bonds in connection with financing public capital improvements and refinancing an outstanding lease obligation.
Because of our high ratings, the city is able to issue the bonds at a premium. That means the bonds could be sold above the coupon value. So currently, bonds are being sold at about $116 for $100 worth of each bond. And so we expect to get those type of favorable ratings based on our credit history and the city's strong financial position and the size of the bonds.
The City of West Hollywood has consistently received high marks for sound general and fiscal management policies. During the last several years, the city's revenues have steadily increased and have now surpassed pre-recession revenue levels by more than 34%. For more information about the City of West Hollywood's ratings or financial operations, please contact David A. Wilson, the Director of Finance and Technology Services. His number, 323-848-6524. It looks like West Hollywood is at long last going to get our own theater.
During closed session, the City Council discussed an item listed on the agenda regarding property acquisition concerning the property at 8325 Santa Monica Boulevard. I just want to note for the public that this is the Coast Playhouse on Santa Monica Boulevard, and the city is in escrow to purchase the Coast Playhouse for its future use as a municipally owned theater.
Music, dance, theater, but I mean that is what gives us our spark, our creativity, a chance to display our talents, whether it's in acting or poetry reading or dance or musical performance or choral works. I mean, we need to have venues to do that.
At a recent City Council meeting, Mayor Horvath recognized several nonprofit agencies for ensuring residents of a low-income senior building in West Hollywood were safely evacuated and maintained ongoing social services while temporarily relocated from their homes due to some water damage.
Residents of a low-income senior building owned by LA County Housing Authority at 838 West Knoll Drive had to be evacuated for several months last summer and again last fall due to water damage incurred following 2 separate rainstorms. The residents are now thankfully back in their homes. While the residents were temporarily relocated, city staff worked with several agencies to ensure that the residents were safely evacuated and settled and had the ongoing transportation and supportive services they needed through this difficult time. We want to acknowledge all of these agencies, their hard work, especially in the Public Safety Division and Social Services Division, as well as providing commendations to these agencies that went above and beyond to help the residents.
And together we were able to make the traumatic experience of all West Knoll residents a little bit easier. I hope so.
Mayor Horvath presented a proclamation to Revetta Bowers in recognition of her 44 years of service as the head of the Center for Early Education.
Under her leadership, the Center for Early Education grew from serving 150 students to a nationally renowned school, providing a critical learning foundation to a student population of 540, while maintaining a commitment to diversity, innovation, joyful learning, and service to others. Ms. Bowers has received extensive recognitions throughout her career and has become an icon in the independent school world. We thank you for your hard work, advocacy, and years of service, and we extend our best wishes to you in your future endeavors.
It's been my great pleasure to serve the school and, in turn, the city. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mayor Horvath presented a proclamation to the Russian Language Library in honor of the late Naum Reznik's 100th birthday.
Mr. Resnick was a professor and doctor of science, an author, and a mentor. And during World War II, Mr. Resnick served in the Soviet Army. After immigrating to the United States, he brought together fellow senior immigrants from the Soviet Union who were in the scientific research profession and formed the Association of Engineers and Scientists. Mr. Resnick established the Russian Language Library to preserve the legacy of Russian immigrants. And this year marks the 25th anniversary of the creation of the Russian Language Library, of which there are now 250 active members.
Это не просто был рядовой человек, как можно сказать. Человек, который отдал 20 лет своей жизни.
An honorable person, and he dedicated 20 years of his life
Созданию ассоциацию.
to creation of the association.
Ассоциации, которая организовала и действует русскоязычная библиотека, между прочим, одна из крупнейших в США.
He started and founded the Russian Language Library, which is one of the biggest Russian language library in the United States.
Mayor Horvath presented a proclamation for Donate Life Month.
April is National Donate Life Month. Organ, tissue, marrow, and blood donations are life-giving acts recognized worldwide as expressions of compassion to those in need. Over 12 million Californians have signed up with the Donate Life California Donor Registry, and during National Donate Life Month, organizations across the country strive to make life possible by educating and motivating individuals to register their decision to be an eye, organ, or tissue donor.
The fact that April is Donate Life Month in California. The need is great. There are currently 22,000 individuals who are awaiting organ and tissue donation here in the state of California. And this city in particular, in its progressive stance against so many issues, in raising the awareness about organ donation, stands alone among its colleagues in raising this awareness and in bringing the issue to light. Despite the fact that there are 12 million people who are registered for donors, less than 1% of those people at the time of their demise will be able to provide life-saving organs.
The mayor presented a proclamation in honor of National Equal Pay Day.
Equal Pay Day was originated by the National Committee on Pay Equity in 1996 as a public awareness event to illustrate the gap between men's and women's wages. The Equal Pay Act was enacted to amend the Fair Labor Standards Act to abolish wage disparity based on sex and was signed into law by President Kennedy in 1963. At the time the law was signed, women were earning an average of 59 cents on the dollar compared to men. Today, women earn about 77 cents for every dollar compared to men. Well, that's white women. And for women of color, the pay gap is even greater. The City of West Hollywood has adopted several resolutions in support of legislation to address gender wage inequality, and the West Hollywood Women's Advisory Board has identified pay equity as a priority issue.
State laws, like California's new Fair Pay Act, are valuable and necessary in order to address pay inequities within companies and organizations. And the Fair Pay Act protects workers from being fired for disclosing details about their pay to each other. Women need to start asking questions about how much their peers are getting paid and what the industry standards are for wages. We need to be more fearless with our employers to go after the financial compensation we need to survive, grow, and thrive. And we need employers to recognize that our gender should not factor into determination of our wages and salaries.
The West Hollywood Reorganization is coming up next. We're going to tell you all about it when we return from this short break. Don't go away.
I admit, I've been a little selfish. But I've changed. Now I'll do anything for her, like getting a high-efficiency washer and only doing full loads. I even took out my lawn and filled it with those California-friendly plants she's so crazy about. She and I, we're in this for the long haul.
Be California-friendly. Go to BeWaterWise.com for tips and rebates. And don't waste another minute wasting water.
What happens on West Hollywood streets can pollute the ocean just a few miles away. What enters the storm drains eventually ends up in Ballona Creek and ultimately the Santa Monica Bay. West Hollywood prevents pollution by installing catch basin screens, increasing street sweeping, and our Green Streets initiative. But this is a team effort and we need your help. So when caring for your own gardens, do not blow debris into the street. Yard waste clogs catch basins. Make sure your sprinklers are adjusted to avoid runoff, and when rain is in the forecast, turn them off. Overwatered lawns wash fertilizers and pesticides into storm drains. In addition, always keep your car well maintained to prevent leaks. Always pick up after your pet, and never litter. Dispose of trash, and especially cigarette butts, properly. Remember, everything that goes in a storm drain comes out in the ocean. Do your part to prevent stormwater pollution in West Hollywood.
Welcome back to WehoTV News. I'm Larry Carroll. In order to engage community members in West Hollywood in an ongoing conversation about public safety, West Hollywood Mayor Lindsay Horvath hosted a Coffee with the Captain event with the new West Hollywood Sheriff's Captain, Holly Perez.
So much like last time, I sent a list of questions to Captain Perez last night. So she got a little. I know, I'm sorry.
Captain Perez became the new West Hollywood Sheriff's Captain in February of 2016. For more information about the West Hollywood Sheriff Station, visit WehoSheriff.com. So what do you think about public safety in West Hollywood? Well, the city is hosting a community workshop for residents and businesses to assess the community's satisfaction with the West Hollywood Sheriff Station and public safety-related services. Feedback from this workshop and other sources will help the city improve services to better meet the needs of the community. Now, the workshop is on Saturday, April 16th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. in Fiesta Hall at Plummer Park and is free and open to the public. For more information, you can visit weho.org or contact the West Hollywood Public Safety Department at 323-848-6414. And if you can't make it to the workshop, you can email your comments by Monday, April 18th to psd@weho.org. And for more information about the West Hollywood Sheriff Station, call 310-855-8850 or visit wehosheriff.com. You know, trees make our cities greener, cleaner, and healthier. And in recognition of National Arbor Day, the city of West Hollywood planted a variety of 12 trees to the city's urban forest.
The net cooling effect of a young, healthy tree is equivalent to 10 room-size air conditioners operating 20 hours a day. And that's from the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
For more information about the National Arbor Day Community Tree Planting event, you can visit weho.org or contact West Hollywood Senior Administrative Analyst Helen Collins. Helen's number, 323-848-6895. Now, the ever-popular West Hollywood Kids Fair is coming up soon, and as always, promises to be a wonderful day of fun and education for children, both young and old. Among the many activities and attractions, the Kids Fair will feature face painting, arts and crafts, a choo-choo train, and non-stop entertainment. Local schools, social services programs, health service agencies, and of course the ever-popular folks from our local sheriffs and fire departments will be there as well. The 21st Annual West Hollywood Kids Fair will be held on Saturday, April 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in West Hollywood Park. For more information about West Hollywood Kids Fair, please contact Corey Roskin at the West Hollywood Social Services Department. Corey can be reached at 323-848-6403, or you can email Corey at Croskin, that's C-R-O-S-K-I-N, Croskin, at weho.org. Well, it's already that time, and everybody is invited to the City of West Hollywood, hosting a special reception for its 2016 City Council Reorganization and Installation. The 2016 City Council Reorganization and Installation will take place on Monday, April 18th, at the West Hollywood City Council Chambers at West Hollywood Library, where Councilmember Lauren Meister will be sworn in as mayor for the City of West Hollywood. The event is free and open to the public. For more information, call West Hollywood City Hall, 323-848-6400. Well, that's it for this edition of WehoTV News. For more information about the stories you've seen here, you can always go to our award-winning website at weho.org. And for the latest about what's happening on WehoTV, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. I'm Larry Carroll. Thanks for watching.